Good evening. Welcome back. We're very exhausted for it not yet being noon on day one. So, I know we've done most of what we need to already. I need to, after talking to Georgie, I need to go back and talk to Katerina about what Georgie told me. But otherwise, I'm all set. I don't know if she has a bed over there, and I was gonna try to check in with some other characters while I'm on this side of the town anyway. So we've talked to Maria now. Let's see if Victor's around. Hello, Victor.
It is far easier to be wise for others than to be so for oneself.
You're bothering me. I want to be alone. Bothering you? That's odd.
The true way...
Interesting. Okay. So that's the phrase when there's nothing to say to Clara. I imagine I'm going to get a lot of like that right now, but that is fine by me. Once again, weird that I'm short. I feel it every time. I should forge trash cans too. One big loop around the town will be good for that. But I think we're going to end up taking a nap here in the still water. It's just a real convenient location for that. Ava? Hey, Ava.
But he doesn't know our traditions. He's bound to be deceived.
I know you. I've seen you in a dream. You're Clara. But you really have the face of someone who's hounded. Have they frightened you? Hardly. What's your name? Ava. Ava Yan. You must be here to see the Bachelor? I'm here to see you, Ava Yan. Hello.
My bedroom is warmer than this place.
She also references that we have spoken already.
I'm tired. I've had enough.
If I hadn't already heard by extraordinary chance, as it happens, what a contradictory character you are, I wouldn't have waited for a trial and a verdict to fire a bullet at your tender heart. Okay, so Daniel ready to kill Clara. Dear me, why? On suspicion of murdering Simon Kane, an immortal man. Did you know him? Speak. Immortal Simon. Sometimes I think I did. I don't understand everything. I don't understand anything. I am Bachelor Dankowski. Bear in mind that I'm indebted to the person whose death has made my life meaningless. And if I find out you were involved, I'll make short work of you. Have pity. I'm frightened enough as it is.
Yes.
That is our introductory conversation to Daniel. Simon's dead and he thinks we did it. Let me get like a 2-hour sleep here. There, that's better. Daniel is very upset that Simon is dead. And he doesn't know how to deal with that. Not very fanatical of him. You're not wrong. He has consumed his whole life with death. It is the problem and the solution for him. Look at that. Already talking like Clara. I don't think I've ever seen that animation. Regular drugs. I am exclusively interested in irregular drugs. Aside from schmauters, the only things I really trade to the children for are weapons, ammo. I feel like, oddly, for Clara, the children are actually just less useful. Maybe that's not fair to think about. Lockpick. Might end up needing one of those eventually. Undecided, if I'm honest. I'll be a little surprised if I can even get in here. Hey, young Vlad. I know your secrets.
Who lives without folly is not so wise as he thinks.
Oh, hang on. Didn't you go down to the well? How'd you get back up here so quickly? What does evil Clara want with the rat prophet? I'm not gonna lie, this is the first character I feel like instead of playing innocent, I just want to fuck with him. I melted into the layers of sand, and then the earth cast me out again, right outside your door. Why are you lying to me? No, your tricks aren't going to baffle me. I have, after all, read a lot about you. Creatures fashioned out of clay and bones. I know what's said about you in the Tale of the Daughters, and the Bower Megis, too. He thinks we're a Shabnak. Oh, and Vlad the Younger's an expert. Interesting. Maybe we are a Shabnak. That's what the stream title's about. Then you oughtn't to be baffled by my simple tricks.
Interest speaks all sorts of tongues and plays all kinds of characters, even that of disinterest.
I cannot go into the well. Schmouter girl. Come here, Schmouter girl. Really gotta do this early in the run before everything turns to hell. Dang it. I know that there are people who save scum the little girls to get additional schmouters. And I don't know why the save scumming that I do I'm okay with, but save scumming for that seems really bad. Probably mostly just because it feels boring to me. It's not a skill issue that I'm trying again. It's not Mario falling over, you know? She might stage a play. That would actually be really wild if Clara staged a play. go see Murky. In spite of coming down here to kill Doghead, I don't think I actually talked to Murky at all last time. That's Twire. Clara can pick Twire.
Your stuffing is coming out.
Oh, that's creepy. Murky just said your stuffing is coming out. Oh. Oh, I did come by here and I commented on this. Where's Murky's doll? Shit.
Someone is circling the place at night.
Oh. How is this game still screwing with me? Oh. Murky thinks I'm her doll. I might be her doll. Young Vlad thinks I'm the Shabnak. I might be the Shabnak. I've decided Murky is one of the good ones. Murky deserves protection. Murky almost feels too innocent for this world. Like, she's clearly experienced some kind of trauma, but she doesn't express it, which makes me think the trauma was really bad.
How do I fix my legs?
Nothing from Notkin. It's okay. I'm not actually expecting much more in this lap. This is a completionist lap. This is me just double checking that I haven't missed anything. I don't know about Murky over Sticky. Sticky is a do-gooder. Murky is just innocent.
Whoa. Isidor's son has proven himself. Not a man to be trifled with. A villain, a kindred spirit.
He does sell spare little guns. It's a double-barreled pistol. That's gotta use pistol ammo then. That's specifically revolver ammo. I'm not sure what kind of ammo my gun uses. I don't think Ruben's even in his Proctorum yet. It does look like a pistol. It's called a double-barreled pistol, but the ammo for the revolver is called revolver ammo, not pistol ammo. Okay, I was expecting a generic talk and then I would trade him water or bandages, and that might still be where this is going, but... He says he'd give anything for a drop of water. I ask him, why don't you get some yourself? You can find a bottle in any bin, and there's water barrels just around the corner. He says, my ears are abuzz, I'm so short of breath. It's Twire that's sucking me dry, and who knows if the water in that barrel is fine to drink anyway. Terrible things are happening all around. Have you heard about last night? No, what happened? They say last night Simon Kane died. Nobody knows how it happened, but the main suspect is Artemi Barak, and he killed his father, too. I don't believe it. The warden is not... Interesting. Calling him a warden is very incorrect. The warden is not a person to break the joint of time. He won't foul his hands with the blood of his kin. He has no reason to kill Simon, too. Take both of those. Thanks. I guess with the pistol, what it is there might be a new kind of ammo for the double-barreled pistol. I don't actually know. Nothing. I didn't actually find that much Wildfire as I thought I would in Artemis' run, so I don't expect to find that much in Clara's run either.
What?
Hello, girl with eyes that look like they're eager to take in the entire world. Who are you? An owner of a pair of healing hands. You can call me Clara. Why do I feel we have something in common, something important that's hard to miss? As if we were siblings. But what is it? Tell me, what is your purpose in life? I'd like to give the children a new life and a new faith. Indeed. Then you must be the Holy One. Then you too are a prophetess and a harbinger? And you're saying that you're going to gather a congregation and give them the light of a new truth. What truth will it be? Tell me, girl with eyes out of which a dead woman is looking at me already? I'm not saying I want to start a new church. It must have phrased it badly. You simply don't understand how good my intentions are. I know, sister. Don't be alarmed by the things I say. It's just that what you're talking about is too dangerous. It's not to be toyed with, even if you're just children.
There's a peculiar smell on the outside. What is this?
I can't breathe. Not enough air.
Wrong door, girl. Victoria lives on the other wing of the house. I'm Clara. What is this place? Clara? This house is called The Lump, and I'm Vlad Olginsky. What? Does my name ring no bells at all? Your manner's telling me that you're a person of influence, and your voice that you are very unhappy.
What?
Go see Mark. Keeping an eye out for this little girl. Nope. It might be too early for Schmatter, I don't know. Maybe they don't offer it on day one. Seems unlikely, but I'm pretty sure the other characters get quests specifically for Schmatter on day one.
What?
You're not allowed in here, Clara. You're an imposter and a changeling. Not allowed? Why? You're against the rules. I don't want you visiting the theater. I may be useful to you yet.
There is great ability in knowing how to conceal one's ability.
I don't know. I don't know if we aren't allowed to watch the plays. You know, I've never actually seen a clip of the plays with Clara as the observer. But I suspect that's also so few people get to a playthrough of Clara. Even amongst the Pathologic players, this just doesn't happen all that much. So I don't know, maybe. I doubt it, but we will find out this stream for sure. I don't think Mark has the power to actually prohibit me. I'm not sure Mark has any power at all. Like, he's very strange, but it's the executors that I'm scared of, you know? I've spent all my money. Ooh, not healing hands. I spent most of my money. I could sell the bandages for more. Now that I'm thinking about it, the Miradorm that the little girls sell also ends up worth a whole lot of money. It might actually be worthwhile to trade for one of those, even if I can't find a Schmouder. I'm just afraid of using up my flowers and sewing needles, you know? If I get a Miradorm now with the intent to sell it on day 2 for food, and then an hour from now, one of them has a Schmouder and I can't afford it, I'm gonna be very upset. So... I do have one brown twire. Trade that to Andre. Or Lockness. Trade the twire to Andre for something. Bullets, maybe. I don't know what's been up with Twitch lately, Propane Panda, but I'm glad you're here. None of that food's worth it. I don't think. I'm probably wrong about that. There's probably a reason to get canned vegetables, but I don't know it. No, I've been running into problems with Twitch lately too, where I'll have my stream manager up, and it used to be that when I go live, the stream would just start, and it just doesn't do that correctly anymore. So I don't think it's you.
I'm fading. My clothes are worn into holes.
Nothing from Laura. I hope you were enjoying the Subnautica stream. I don't think alpha tablets would be worth it. I'd want real drugs. If I'm going to trade for drugs to trade for money later. I don't want hard stuff. I feel like I really gotta keep my... Oh, I just got a letter? What? Katerina is worried. Where are you, my girl? We didn't finish our conversation yet. Come back to us. The streets are too dangerous a place for you to stay. Besides, was it not fate that led you unmistakably to our home? Why then are you so intent on rejecting our hospitality? Waiting for you implacably, Katerina. Okay. Okay, I'll go back. I was just doing the rounds. I didn't... Shoot, I gotta go back to Nina's grave. I completely forgot.
I'm afraid I'm of little use now.
What a serendipitous encounter. Who are you, my angelic child? I am a No. My name is Clara, and you must be Yulia. The changeling, right? I've heard a lot about you. Let's talk. I hope the cigarette smoke is of no major nuisance. For reasons quite obvious, I'd rather not open the window. Why the changeling? Never mind. No particular reason. Do you have any business with me? I've come to get acquainted with you.
It's so lonely here.
Okay. Can use Yulia's bed. But I don't think she has anything I can actually take from her home. I feel like the tip I got about taking things out of the rich people's homes is a mechanic that did not actually get implemented. Alright, we'll go see what Kettering. Maybe there's another step in the quest or something. Maybe. I don't know. I've checked a couple different houses at this point, and I haven't ever found anything big deal. The only house I have ever reliably found things in is Lara's, and it's always like one alpha tablet. I'm curious if I had checked in with Katerina again, do I just not get that letter? I don't know if there's anything that works like that in the game so far. I feel like it's changing the rules on me a little bit, which is great. I love it. But now I don't know what to expect. I think I know how Pathologic works, but I feel like it's going to change on me.
My stomach hurts as if I was filled with straw.
Now look here. Since you are holding the threads of life in your wondrous hands, I'm going to entrust you with several people. They are all wicked people. Their souls are as black as soot. Each one of them is either an avowed evildoer or hiding a sinister secret. You must take care of them. Of course I will take care of them. After all, who's more in need of care than those rejected by everyone? They'll get their own chance to serve a good cause, too, won't they? Trust me, I know. I can see into the future. The sinners who I will now name will be of use to you in due time. In what way, I know not, but I know that they will be. The likelihood is fairly great. So make sure they live, unless you should yourself see it more fit that they die. Is this agreed? Agreed, if I'm able to do it, that is. And now hear me. All that I have told you is between you and I alone. Don't say a word about anything. Most importantly, keep it from my husband. I thought you had no secrets from each other. He is not his own master. He is a ruler, a man of duty. Two men are living inside him. One, it will drive him insane to find out that I have charged you with taking care of those who his duty dictates that he should suspect, indicate, and execute. He trusts my premonitions too much. What am I to do then? You can never misstep, for every action you take is governed by supreme justice. Decide as your nature tells you. Listen to your feelings. I can't promise you anything, but I'll be mindful of your request. May I have a look at them? Clara's bound. Bad Grief, Reuben, Aspity, Yulia, Anna, Alexander Sabarov, Katerina, Lara Ravel, Foreman of the Abattoir. She has 9. Are they all 9? Can I not count? I thought it was all 7. I don't know anymore. I was pretty sure it was all even. Do you have anything else?
I'll let the good scholar examine the deadly powders.
Okay, just got nothing else. Okay. tell Alex that I talked to Georgie. Yo, Alex, my man!
Neither the sun nor death can be looked at without winking. Who said that?
I've talked to Georgie. He answered my questions. Have you heard the news about the plague already? The Bachelor has found the real murderer. An epidemic is spreading in the town. I feel the Canes will not be happy with this turn of events. So tell me one thing. Did Georgie know what his brother and patron died of? No, he's convinced that no natural cause could have possibly ended his brother's life. He is sure there is a murderer, however indirect their methods may be. I see. Sounds typical of him. Here's what all of it means. I'm going to talk to the Bachelor. Now that the murder has been found, no one will dare continue to search for the man-eater. For a while. But the Canes will not abandon their version so easily. There's another danger. The mob. Danger to whom? To you, Clara. More specifically to your sister. If the epidemic does begin, and I see nothing that could prevent that, the search for Simon's killer will very soon turn into a search for the one who caused the outbreak. If I remember correctly, you said that your sister is still somewhere in the town? I suppose she is. And she is indeed your twin. Are you impossible to tell apart? Yes, that's truly how it is. And don't ask why I couldn't ask this man for a different coat. I insist on dressing the way my sister does. It is possible, is it not, that she was the one who brought the disease into our town. Would you like to look for her? I'll devote all of my time to this. You mean all of your spare time? Do you not realize how precarious your position is still? You've been cleared in my eyes, but people, both the commoners and the bound, will require other evidence. What more evidence do they need, and how much of it? We shall see. Tonight, Katerina and I are going to talk about you. Tomorrow, we shall state our will to you. And if everything turns out well, tomorrow you may already be helping me restore justice and met out retribution. What destiny Katerina foresees for you, I cannot tell. In the meantime, rest. Take the small bedroom upstairs. See you tomorrow. I'm so glad it was you who gave me shelter. You'll see how it will pay off in the future. Reputation boost for that. It is as if a shroud fell off his eyes. However humble I am, it is impossible not to witness the brilliance of the power that marks me. I am a healer, well versed in the mysteries of the human heart. Almost a prophet, as every sign confirms it. What am I to do with this gift? Small bedroom upstairs. It's got storage. I'm almost certainly going to need that. Thank you, NRSD. I didn't realize they had different amounts of bound. Okay, I guess we're going to finish going through this side of town since I got interrupted by Katerina begging me to stop by. So we'll finish here, then head to Nina's grave for the food there. So I've still got time. Night's gonna fall soon, but... And Propane Panda, the answer is kinda. This is kinda hard mode. You can't play as Clara till you finish the game as at least the Bachelor or the Haruspecs. Though, really you should do both.
We easily forget those faults, old boy, which are known only to ourselves. True, so true.
Your eyes are so green. Don't go away, sweet apparition. Stay a while with poor Peter. I've done so much to let people hold on to their daydreams, and I've left none for myself. The spirits fly off before they can even be made out clearly. Who are you, an angel or death? I'm an angel. Yes, and as would befit an angel, you smell of herbs, the spicy twire and the harsh swevery. What is your name? Call me Clara.
That's it. I can't take it anymore.
Yes, apparently Clara has additional bound to take care of. Well, that's fine. I've taken care of everybody's bound every run. And her reputation drops continuously as time passes. Though I think it does technically go down more slowly while I'm sleeping. A further sign that myself and evil Clara are in fact the same person. If I'm asleep, I can't be doing evil deeds. Also, I can't use most weapons because my hands are too small and weak and frail.
This joint won't break. It's made of metal.
Hi, Clara. Noticed me watching you yesterday? I'm Sticky. Were you watching me? Sorry, I often do this. I'm curious. I like meddling in all sorts of things I'm not supposed to meddle in. I guess that's why they call me a thief. And why do they call you a thief? Yes, I do get called a thief, but I have no idea why. I haven't stolen anything. Perhaps you're going to steal something. Make sure you do it carefully. So I'm getting shamed for a crime I haven't committed yet. You're a funny fellow.
What?
Thanks, Sticky. Keep it real, yo. Right, this is always here, but I don't know why there's this ominous blue light in this room. Okay, I checked those. I went to the bone steak lot earlier today. There was nothing there. I highly doubt I can do anything with the termitary or the abattoir at this moment. You have meat and eggs. Do I have anything worth money I can sell for additional food? The morphine is what I'm going to end up selling, that's for sure. Egg, milk. Down to 38 coins. We'll save and see if I can get into either of these. I doubt it. I doubt anything happens here. But I'd rather not waste the clock if there's nothing here. But if there is something here, I definitely want to find it. This would be like deep, dark, secret stuff. Nope. Aside from a music change as you get closer. I suspect Clara cannot participate in the blood circle fights. I don't know why you'd want to, though. Even in the other runs, that did not seem worth it at all. Okay, nothing here. We'll load up. Get Andre, Anna, down to Aspity. I guess we'll do Aspity first. Aspity, Grace, then back up to Anna, Andre. Maybe we'll see some more Twire around Grace. Then head over to Nina's grave. Ugh, it's more roundabout than I'd really like, but... Already not seeing people around so much anymore. Give me that needle. I say that, and here's a whole cluster of folk. Oh god. They've started beating women in the street.
It's better not to ask. Silence is golden.
Nothing from Aspity. Updates from the dead.
He is ruthless. That man with a snakeskin coat. He doesn't know compassion.
That is definitely how Clara feels. The Bachelor is ruthless and does not know compassion. I think my exhaustion's gonna be just fine. Even though it's high when we get there, okay. Get everything I want done. I'm probably going to have to spend some time actually working on my reputation this run. If I'm going to spend as much time awake as I usually do. It's like, I could try to conserve things by going to sleep right now, but I'd rather be thorough, which is giving more time for my reputation to drop. So I may have to give money to the poor, or provide peace for the dying, or something like that. I know we've talked a bunch already today, but just double checking.
This flush. My cheeks are burning, aren't they?
Do you have a bed I can use? You do. Interesting. I could stay at Anna's if I wanted. I would not. Trust that. Don't sleep at Anna's. That's how you get sold in the night.
Oh, I would have let my fists loose if not for these pins.
Am I seeing double? I thought there was only one pair of twins in this town. This looks like a fun place.
That's it. There's nothing left here. Run. Run!
He is panicking about the plague. That's tiring. That's fine. Yeah, Anna definitely trafficked children. It's not an unfounded accusation. That is truth. We know that part. Nina's grave, eat, sleep. We try to go to the theater, I guess. She's not our child. I thought you'd all gone to bed already. Must just be, you guys don't go to the other part of the town. You don't go near the termitary, huh? Okay, Miradorm for 2. Okay, you get 1 hazelnut, I get a Miradorm. Fair trade. No more trading for drugs unless it's a Novocaine. I don't have enough water bottles. I'm pretty sure I hit 90% of the trash cans at this point. Gotten very efficient at it, I think. Come here, Schmatter girl. Nope. Now that I know the number of bound that get sick is randomized, I'm more nervous about it. I just barely exactly had enough for Artemis Run. I cannot afford to not take every opportunity. Ooh, give me that needle. This is Nina's grave. And on day 1, there's bread and milk. Give it to me. There we go. I think there was an extra bread this time compared to Daniel's run. I don't remember Artemis to be sure. Any twire out here? No. Nothing in here. Victoria's? Because I guess that's Nina's. Because that's where we find Maria, that she is performing her ascension or whatever. She locks herself away so no man may look upon her or whatever that deal is. So that's gotta be Nina's. Okay, stick to the plan. Let's go rest. Lara's. We'll rest at Lara's. That's easy enough. We'll eat, sleep at Lara's, go to the theater. Day one feels pretty straightforward. I suppose fighting the muggers could be more difficult if you haven't spent much time doing combat in other playthroughs. But it's also optional, and I don't know that I got a whole lot out of it. Nothing from the Schmouder babies at all. Okay.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Okay, good. You are the only one who can do it, sister of mine, who can trickle through the tiniest crack, crawl through a barely visible hole. It is almost as though you could seep through the pores in human skin. It is as if you were not a human being, but a nectar-sweet moisture of volatile spirit. How is this even possible? People trust you. That's how. Have no fear. Go where you will, and nothing will touch you. Speak your mind, and no one will reject you. Hear them out, and nothing will ever evade your attention. There's but one question I want to ask. What is it that you do to make people love me less and less, trust me less and less, even when I am asleep? Whatever you answer me, remember I love you more than anything, and will never be angry at you. Here I am. Take my hand. We are evil Clara to evil Clara. When we do well, her reputation suffers. Interesting. Okay. No, please. Oh boy. Key blast! Key blast! God, I get bonus reputation for hunting muggers. Maybe that's how I'll keep my reputation up. I just become a nighttime vigilante superhero. I agree. It's entirely possible we are both good and evil, Clara, that we are the same person writing letters to ourselves. That's all possible, and none of it's clear. All right, let's go. Theater, night one.
Today, the killer was identified. Its nature turned out to be completely unexpected.
The enemy is found and named. It's called the Sand Pest. The contagious plague is threatening to ruin everything here.
How can a killer like this be punished? How can a villain like this be struck?
He can't. It's impossible. By pulling a knife on it, you'll just cut an innocent body.
I think I should go. Nothing to be done here anyway.
You should go. Go then. Wherever you please. Shoo!
one body in the a handful. There's a handful of bodies in the audience. But not yet here.
Even the wisest of men may be so indifferent in ordinary matters, but they are seldom so in their most serious affairs.
What time is it? It is 1:30 in the morning. What do you think? Do we go hunt muggers? Ma'am, what are you doing out at 1:30 in the morning? My children, oh my poor little darlings, you make my heart bleed. What will become of you? Ah, girl, you'll know what caring for your children is like when you grow up. What about you, personally? How's it going? Couldn't be worse. Have you seen the prices? We've been told to burn everything, bury it, wait for the fresh goods. They used the pest as a scarecrow, and now they're lining their pockets. What can we do? People are starving. Some of us can't trudge through a single day without food. Not just starvation, Twire is in bloom, so the earth is spending its life forces elsewhere instead of sharing with you. Break into houses for food. You know, I hadn't even considered that as a possibility, but you're right, that's a thing we could do. Give me that bottle. I figure that Katarina will probably have something for me in the morning. So at the very least, I'm going to head that direction. Closer I can be to that when it starts, the better. Harvest trash cans and stuff now while I have time. Not racing to get a quest done. This little nook is interesting. Need to hit a fountain before I can talk to drunk. Why is that attack different? She has a different attack animation for backstabbing? She has a different attack animation for attacking them in the back. Does she feel differently about attacking them in the back? It looked like she was unsure, like she was rubbing her hands trying to decide. I don't know how to read that. Hey, at this point, the devs are messing with me. This is a competitive gaming happening right now. It's got nothing to do with Clara's narrative and everything to do with the fact that I know the devs are going to mess with me and I'm not going to let them win. All these tall weeds but no Twire. I will say Clara's attack sucks, but it having a little bit of range does feel really powerful. I can just smack him from outside stabbing range. Think about Clara's combat like the powers that be trading off who gets to play with the toys. And the little boy is just smashing the action figures together. Like, one of the PTB is sitting there like, no, she's a miracle healer. She's gentle and charming. And the other picks her up and goes, and she knows Kung Fu and Energy Blast. Yeah! That's what I see going on. Just back and forth. I'm just playing my role for both parts. If Clara was a Ninja Turtle, what color bandana would she wear? Actually, I need to hit water. Let me do that. Oh, we have a plague district. Or just a plague house? Just one house? Was that the House of the Dead? Yeah. This is the one house on day 2. Locked. Do I have a lockpick? I do. I have several. I saved. Let's see what happens. Nothing on that. Okay, fair enough. Nothing at the bone stake. Nothing at the bone stake. Grateful. Well, Bachelor is going to have a very bad time at that house today. So this has always confused me. This is very clearly the Broken Heart Tavern building, but it's in a different place, and it's just that it's a nothing. They just reused the model in exactly one place for an absolute nothing of a building. Oh, that mugger made very quick work of him. Oh, God. One at a time, please. Yeah, the AI doesn't even know what to do when I stand just outside of stabbing range. Clara's attack sucks, but she's basically immortal. That's what I'm getting at. But dear God. At least using energy attacks like this, I don't have to worry about, like, weapon degradation or anything. Oh, there's parts of this that are pretty sweet, I guess is what I'm getting at. It's very different from other runs, but there's parts of it that are pretty sweet. Okay. Back to the Sabarovs. Nap to top up our exhaustion, get to the morning, see what we need to do. Yes, the reputation is going down. Yeah. I am the weapon. 5? I'm sure I will find uses for the extra health from the bandages. I am degrading over time. Ooh, I like that. Statement on Clara's morality. My reputation is finally high enough. It's not in the upper corner warning me. Up to 3,000 coins. Making money. I can afford one fish. Stonks. White whip. Okay. Sleep till 7. That's when the day really starts. 16 people died yesterday, currently infected 27. The morning of day 7 has come. Day 2, in which the changeling discovers her just judge skills, simultaneously converting into the true faith.
My strength will complement her weakness. It's time for our family to shine.
I spent the night in thought and recollection, trying to trace the logic of the supernatural retribution that has befallen our community. It has been revealed to my wife that there is a creature among us who is to blame for all that is happening. I've gone through a list of possible suspects. I have it here in front of me. Every one of these people could turn out to be the criminal, the one that brought this disaster down upon us. How did you pick those people? For years, I've been keeping order in this town and looking out for possible criminals. I trust my clairvoyant wife's judgment. Even that trust, however, I would have thought unduly partial, but for seeing my hypothesis confirmed by her rival mistresses. The rival mistresses have acknowledged it already. Scarlet Nina mentioned it not long before her tragic demise. Victoria once said that if an abyss were to open up one day and swallow our town, it would happen this way. Why do you need to know this? So you used to check what Katerina said against their opinions. Are you afraid she may be mistaken? I only want one thing, and that is justice. This is a case where we can dispense with evidence and trials. When the last dawn is rising above the world, it is time for arguments of a different nature. A trial resting on conscience and a verdict resting on faith. Find the culprit for us. It is why you've come into this world and into our house. The house of our town's rulers. How am I supposed to do it, Father? Can I call you that now? First of all, you must gain the trust of the person I believe to be the criminal responsible for this. Anyone would find the task complicated and demanding, except for you. Since all you have to do is to predict the slightest movement of their soul, do something for them, raise their spirits, astonish them. Surely you can. Yes, people like me, and even the most hardened criminals trust me, but mere trust is not enough to get a criminal to make such a terrible and damning confession. Yes, you will lull them with your words, then make them answer your questions and see if they are guilty. My wife is positive that if you first win a person's favorable disposition and then astonish them, you will succeed. They will not be able to avoid your thrall, for you are destiny. It doesn't always work, only if the person truly opens up to me. It's not right to abuse such trust. I will trust you. All I want to know is who brought the deadly disease upon our homes and our heads. Even the basest scoundrels will suffer nothing at my hands if they are not guilty of our present predicament. Who should I begin with? A mysterious creature named Aspity will, I am sure, be the best start. Children say she is an evil spirit. Simon didn't like her. That bitch has been called a walking plague even before this. I'm sure that a woman, a man-eater, and a spawn of the steppe, which is exactly what a Shabnak is a fitting description for her. Well, he's just all kinds of a shit, apparently. Just... oof. How do I make her reveal herself after I've gained her trust? Who can tell me something about her that she'd be surprised to hear? Right. You don't know anybody here. The shortest way is via the Olgimskis. Ask Vlad the Younger, Olgimski's son. The Olgimskis must have old scores to settle with her. Besides, Vlad the Younger is knowledgeable about the legends and traditions of the steppe people. He will instruct you. Yes, Father, I'll do my duty. Ooh, let's get a secret about Aspity. I'll check in with Katerina before I go. There's some weird geometry here.
My eyes look just like buttons, don't they?
Oh, is that why Katerina is high all the time on morphine? She sees just enough of the doll world, the real world, the powers that be. It's driving her crazy. Now I shall speak to you of the higher causes of the unfolding disaster. Like roots, they are invisible to the eye. When one plucks a weed, one removes merely the consequence, not the underlying cause. You are the only one capable of a true victory. That is why I'm going to tell you about the roots, so listen. I'm listening. These are our parties. The first thing, the original creation, was the earth. The ancient one giving life to plants and animals. She begat the abattoir. She begat the kin. She gives and she takes. The dead go into her. Everything ends with her. She is the inception and the completion. Such is the law. We, the Sabarovs, act in the interests of the law, by which everyone must abide. Ours is a faith of humility. Do tell me more. She sounds like the Inquisitor. A town sprang up upon the earth. A town of men was built upon her, the earth eternal, the giver of life, built by greed and creativity, by ingenuity and hard work. The abattoir found its continuation in the works and the railway. The hands of the Olgimskis crafted an environment in which people could develop and reflect. Theirs is a faith of construction. Speak on. Finally, the minds of people desiring to overcome the limits set for human beings by their nature and condition engendered projects that were fantastic and audacious. That was how the party of creativity and invention emerged and flourished, the party of the Canes. Theirs is a faith of utopia, a belief in miracles, a belief in a non-existent place. Go on, come on. I foresee myself knowing why this punishment has befallen us. The town lived, grew, developed, and finally tried to break free of its own limitations. The earth that had borne it hit it on its head, which it had stuck out too far, much like a strict mother would do her unthinking child. No mother would hit her child so hard as to kill it. Why, the town will live. Who is to live in it, the earth cares not, even if we do. The mother is not concerned with the germs in her child's body until they make it ill. They are beneficial and harmful germs. When the child is ill, the mother gives it medicine to drink in order to purge the harmful ones. Now I understand. You will speak to those bound to you about the truth of humility. You are to convince one of them, 2 of them, 3 of them of the true faith's wisdom. Should some of them prove stubborn, you will use the powers you are granted to you by Providence itself. What happens to them afterwards if I do convert them? The evil will not touch them. You will see it for yourself. They will become invulnerable to the scythe that will cut down the brazen, the blind, and the bellicose. Save them. Okay, so this feels like when Clara broke the quarantine in the church. She talked about needing to get people to believe in order to save them. This feels like a very literal interpretation of that. That Clara's goal is to get people to believe in her, and Katerina believes if people believe in Clara, they can't catch the plague. All right, we'll try it. You shall begin with Grace, the late cemetery caretaker's daughter. She is especially dear to me. Grace? Doesn't she sympathize with you? With us? I want to be certain of that. Make friends with her. Try to make her like you and grow an affection for you eventually. You don't need much for this. And if you need to find out more about her, Lara Ravel is the person who will tell you all about Grace. She is as much of an angel of kindness as the poor daughter of her caretaker. She's as much an angel of kindness as the poor daughter of the caretaker. Okay, so Laura and Grace are both kind. And her father has recently died, too. I trust you, Katerina. What you're saying is wise and true. Okay, we go to Laura to hear about Grace. We go to Vlad the Younger to hear about Aspity. And then we go meet Aspity and Grace. Let's see if we can convert them. The husband carries the sword and the wife brings the peace, just like a family in power should. Okay, that's an interesting dichotomy between the Severovs I hadn't thought about. Katerina wants me to pardon people, to absolve them of sin. And Alexander wants me to punish people, to root out a criminal to be executed. Yes, very good cop, bad cop. Yeah, absolutely.
Perspex was offered 100,000 for his inheritance. He refused.
We'll prepare for the hard times. I hope they don't last long. Laura, tell me about Grace. You know her, don't you? What makes you think I do? You are both kind souls. Almost blessed folks. Just like me, I suppose. I sense people who are like that. Why would you put it like that? A kind soul is not the same as a kind person. You're crafty, after all. You seem to say perfectly good things, but they're actually quite backhanded. You've probably got something like that in store for Grace, too, don't you? I'm sorry. My words often come out crippled. I'm bad at expressing how I feel. I barely know Grace. We haven't spoken a lot. Do you want to make friends with her? Of course I do. If you want to make a good impression on Grace, bring her some flowers, bread, and milk for the dead. She'll be elated and do anything for you. That's simple. What do I give Grace herself? She doesn't need anything. With people like Grace and me, it's the good done to one's neighbor that matters. I thought you understood that. I do. It's called selflessness. Okay, I have flour and bread, but I drank all my milk, so I'll need to get some milk. Interesting that on day 2, my side quest involves buying food. Although I suppose... Wait, did I drink all the milk? I did drink all the milk. You can get bread and milk on Nina's grave. Wonder if it's a test of that. Okay, that's not so bad. I can afford that. Milk is cheap. Yeah, relatively. Milk is relatively cheap. To young Vlad, which is this way. And here we're having repeated the giving of gifts necessary for people to like me, to believe in me. I'm seeing parallels to how things appeared in the other runs. Staying on top of things so far. I feel like I'm definitely in like squirrel stockpiling mode right now. I just want everything. Just give me all of the things.
It is easier to govern others than to prevent being governed.
I'm beginning to like you. When I look at you, I get this strange feeling that you're the closest person I have in the world. It's like a spell. Could you tell me about Aspity, then? You know who that is, right? How could I not? Most interesting person. So you've met her already? That was quick. What do you need her for? We're friends now, she and I. I saw this coming. Just thinking about the consequences of your alliance sent shivers down my spine. So what now? I suppose your friend will tell you everything herself, especially considering your talents. Or am I getting the wrong idea about the nuances of your cordial relationship? You hate her, don't you? She scares me, plain and simple. My father, on the other hand, truly hates her. The fact that she's still alive has made me reconsider how I feel about my father. Turns out he's much kinder than I thought. What makes you say that? She's the reason for all the kin's riots and unrest. No one has ever harmed our family more. Sometimes I feel she's an evil spirit. She appeared suddenly after one of the riots. At the time, my father had brutally crushed the revolting butchers, and it was then that he'd appointed Oh-Yun as the foreman. Is that so? Yes, and ever since then, I've thought of her as a personification of the kin's defiance. I've even begun to confuse cause and consequence. Did she appear to avenge our cruelty, or are her provocations forcing my father's hand? It's become a vicious circle. So, how does Vlad Olgimsky appoint the warden? Like, he doesn't have that kind of power, I suppose. Maybe that's the conflict. At some point, Vlad starts acting like he owns the kin. Hello, shake my head. Shine Sm? I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, but welcome. Thank you for joining. I wonder if Olgimsky started Shyworks, hello! I wonder if Olgimsky started acting like he owns the kin or was in control of the kin, and that's like the start of the conflict, I suppose. Because it was very clear in Artemis Run that Oh-Yun is very bad at his job and no one likes him, and one of the questions hanging over that whole thing is, how did he get in charge? He doesn't know the lines and he can't perform the rites, so how did he become in charge? And maybe that's the problem. Like, he didn't properly earn his place and all of the kin know it, but also they get beaten down regularly, so there you go. So you believe she's an Avenger, an embodiment of divine retribution. Isn't that too grand a role for her? No. I saw her just a little while ago. Can't forget her eyes. Languid, but also very keen and intent. Sardonic. Before that, she used to act as if I didn't exist. She preferred to curse my father, threatening to ruin him. It's all really, really strange. What's so strange about it? You know what just occurred to me? That she's already taken care of my father. What do you mean? Exactly that. Yes, yes. There's a reason things have been going the way that they have. And that horrible thing at the termitary? Yes, she's aimed a battering ram at him that will strike him down any time now. And now she's shifted her attention to me. That's what's happening. Should I warn him? I don't like this. But he's angry at me. Yeah, he's angry at you because you are the one that actually shut down the termitary, but Aspity thinks it's him, but she's figuring it out. It would be good to speak with him. It's where I can find a hook. Alright. Aspity is certainly not human. She may be a phantom, an emanation of a collective mind, or maybe collective madness. She's everything the spirit of the kin rejects. Vlad the Younger believes Aspity is dangerous. Won't be simple to win her favor. I mean, the way things function in this game, she may be a spirit, but also be real. Interesting, I don't have a marker on Big Vlad. I am gonna go talk to him, or at least try to talk to him, though. Because as pointed out by Daniel, Simon is a concept at least partially. And if Simon is a concept, Aspity can be as well. But that doesn't mean that they aren't also flesh. Yes, seeing Vlad terrorized by Aspity. I mean, somebody's got to be terrorized by Aspity, or she's not doing her job right. But the idea that she wasn't around before the riots started is very interesting. So the riots were started because people started getting sick. Which means, I mean, Alexander is right. She may be at least a source of the plague, if not the source of the plague. I think Vlad knows, well, I don't know if I can believe him, but I think Vlad knows enough about the kin that he would know that she's new. I don't know if I can believe his account. He's definitely working an angle and has an agenda, but I believe that he would know the kin enough to know that Aspity is new. All the kin have a role, and he would be aware of that.
So Saburov wants power. Pray forgive me. He had nothing to do with the foundation of this town. He's just managing it.
What's this now? Bah, so skinny. Ooh, you're really rich, it turns out. But that's fine, I don't discriminate. I've come to warn you. You're in danger. What? What the? Who sent you? Was it Yaklak? Yaklak? Who's that? Hey, anyone in the hallway? Take this thing away. You're in danger. Aspity has set a trap for you. You don't have to. I just wanted to do good. Ah, I know who you are. You're the Saburov foundling. Move along. A foundling? Aspity, I'd crush her with a single stare if I ever deigned her worthy of my notice. Oh, I would love to see that, 'cause you would get flattened. Crush her? Go ahead and try. Oh, so it's money you want, you little informer. I can appreciate that, I really can. So take this for just saving my life. I'll have a better look at her then. You'll appreciate me yet. I mean, I'll take the coin. Yeah, epic Big Vlad versus Aspity one-on-one. Stare down. Absolutely unhinged. I don't have enough water bottles. Okay. So I should have... Right, I got the milk for Grace. Okay. Aspity and Grace. Forgot what I was doing. I got so excited about the Vlad stare down, I completely forgot what I was doing. Did I... Hooks for the heart is how she's putting it. I wonder... I'm very nervous about how this is going to go, I'll be honest. Aspity's one of my bound, but that doesn't mean she has to like me. But I don't want her to not like me. That sounds terrible. Dog? We're good? Okay. Just dog. Not a scary dog. We'll do Aspity first, since that has the greatest danger of going wrong. rip off the band-aid, as it were. We'll go to Grace afterwards as a balm for however this conversation goes. Who knows, maybe it'll be like when Artemy talked to the Inquisitor. Maybe she'll just be really charmed by me.
It's better not to ask. Silence is golden.
You are insistent, pushy, even. If you're disowning our kinship, then why the friendly look? I need to talk to you, to confide in you if you like. I don't trust you. Why bother to talk, We'd be better off together than each on our own. Quite the contrary. We'd be much better off on our own than together. Perhaps you'd like me to do something for you? What could I do to warm you up to me? Listen here, Nimble darling. If you really want to have a nice conversation with me, then bring me Barack. You know who that is? I see you do. I can't leave my house now, and he needs me badly. Why are you worried? That is none of your concern. I know it myself. You moron. It's not what you think. It's about his life and his duty. I'm worried. He's being hunted. If you find him, tell him I've got the key to his destiny. He ought to hurry. Time is of the essence. If he's in doubt, whisper one word to him. Inheritance. Fine, I'll do the whisper, but if I do find him, you owe me that conversation. Yeah, it definitely seems like Aspedy thought Clara meant it was a hookup of some kind. Although, there are a lot of people in the community that would agree they would also claim to need Artemy desperately. Give him some inheritance, if you know what I mean. I get it. I like a man with conviction. I understand. He has morals. He's very clear about it. I brought some food for the dad.
Bachelor is smart, but he won't be able to unpick this. He comes from a very different life.
She's used to this line yesterday as well when I talked to her once, and that is just scary to me. The idea that Clara's wrists are thinner than Grace's. Maybe I am the Shabnak. That is an unnatural arrangement. Do you hear the metal things clinking on my chest? Those aren't keys or lockpicks. They're a special kind of hook. Look what I've brought you, Grace. Ah, flowers. So beautiful, too. Thank you. How did you know? Those are exactly the ones I wanted to offer Farhad. He likes the color red. Perhaps you're fond of them, too. I am, Grace. I'm fond of you, too. Is there anything I could do for you? I would be glad to, because just yesterday, as I was looking at you, I thought I'd like to give you a hook. Do you really trust me just like that? Will you agree to talk to me? I trust you as I trust myself. I'm all ears, dear sister. Who are you, Grace? I'm Grace. My father was the caretaker of the cemetery. He poured milk and tyrene over the graves. My mother swept the gravestones with her hair. They taught me to listen to the dead. What will become of us, Grace? There will soon be a plague. Why is this happening to us? Because there is no escaping it now. It's been coming to us from the steppe, getting closer, step by step. The dead felt her coming. She pierced the earth with her sharp-boned stilts, which reached them underground. No one will be spared. The plague came from the steppe, but she treats it like a person. Drawing Clara with skelly legs is fun. That's great. Do you know why it happened? No, but I'm afraid it is the punishment for our sins, for our faults and transgressions. Someone among us has angered the heavenly powers. It was bound to happen, with us being so brazen. So says Lady Katerina. Exactly. I'm glad your faith is firm. I promise you that as long as you can muster the strength to accept the divine will, nothing will hurt you. Okay. I'm going to reload and try that again and just see if using the magic words changes it at all. She shy, either. If you... I don't know if it's going to stop you from posting a link, but if you want to like drop your Insta or whatever in the chat to share your art, please feel free to do so. You are more than welcome. I love me some Pathologic art at this point. Okay, let's see. Magic words. Grace, oh Grace, I know of you this. You sing merry songs to the dead when the nights are cold, and murmur lullabies for them on warm nights. Don't. I'm going to tell you everything anyway. Why are you doing this? Do you think we're strangers? Interesting. She interrupts my magic words, asking me not to do it. That's weird. I want to go back. I want to reload and play it the way I did. Because I liked that she just told me everything. I'm just really curious. I'm going to go through this conversation, but I am going to reload and do it the other way for sure. Ooh. Spooky way to go down this. Are you afraid, Grace? Very, very much so. Why? Because there's no escaping it now. It's been coming to us from the steppe, getting closer. None will be spared. Thank you very much for that. I will take a look at that. And it'll be in my VoD forever. Okay. Rest of the conversation goes basically the same. I'm gonna reload. I haven't really played it right the first time. Yes. The three Russian citizens who watch my VODs on YouTube occasionally will be very excited. I do think that is really funny that, like, I barely have what I would call a channel. I don't have a viewership of any kind or whatever. I just like posting my VODs to have them. And my Pathologic videos, definitely, the metrics are like, you get contacts from Russia here. Okay. Glad your faith is firm, and I didn't need to use my magic powers on you. I appreciate that a lot. So I can go back to Katerina for that, but first I need to find Artemy for Aspity. It's wild that Grace understood what my magic would do. My understanding was that it had to be consensual anyway, so like, she would regret it but relent. Oh, that's spooky. That's a terrible way to play Clara. I hate it. So I don't have a mark on my map for Artemy. But I wonder if that's by design, since, again, you have to have played through it at least once to play Grace. And this is just like a test. Do you know your way around the map?
In truth, we're not powerless.
Just willless.
What's your business here? Aspity claims she's holding the key to your destiny. Go and see her. Who's Aspity? This is, again, I like the little things where Clara says things that we as players know, but she shouldn't quite know yet. Yes, the Onion on screen. Onion himself. She has not told us her step name. I don't see a reason to call Artemy names. Oh, so you don't know. She's a woman living in the kip on the edge of the earth. Some people call the place a hospice. Haha. An excellent recommendation. Nevertheless, I believed her at once. I'll visit this woman of yours. Show me where she lives. It's the only house with a cellar in the quarter which corners on the abattoir and runs adjacent to the cemetery. Aspity is colluding with the Ripper. I can return to Aspity now. I did her bidding. I deserve a favor in return. I want Aspity's secrets. But win the tools, yes. We are now co-conspirators. This is interesting. So Aspity, like, if we trust Artemy, which I think I do, doesn't seem like the lying sort. I don't think he has ever told a lie. He's just terse. If we trust him, they haven't actually met yet, so they're not conspirators yet. We don't know that they're actually aligned.
No. There's no escape from here.
I think it's wild. This has to be a failure state. This has to fail this quest. To just walk up to Aspity and reach your hands to her head and start casting a spell. There's no way. Absolutely no way that this works. I've told him he will come. He's been here already. What did you want to talk about? Ask quickly. You're not going to interrupt me? No, I'm not. Speak. Okay, so all of these, I cast my spell. Call her Aspity and say that she incited the kin to riot. Call her Shabnak-adyr. Say that she's fallen in love with Barak. Kind of true. Call her Saba. Her greatest desire is to kill Vlad Olgimsky. I don't know that any of these are true. I don't know that any of these are true, and Clara has not been told Aspity's real name is Shabnak-adyr. If the magic works, that means it's true. Or Aspity's playing along. Would I know if my magic doesn't work? We'll call her Shabnak-adyr. Say you've fallen in love with Barak. What do you want to know? Did you cause the epidemic? I could be, but I haven't done anything recently, though I did organize that riot which got the infected Isidore in a bit of a pickle. The Shabnak-adyr exists. Is it you? Which of us is the reason for everything? Which of us is a figurine with the clot of a living soul residing in her for but a while? Which of us is the true Shabnak-adyr? You'll see in the end. I'll be of service to you yet, changeling. Spare me. Don't let your sister out. Don't let her take over. Why did you call me that? That is your great blessing. You're a thief now, having stolen the name and fate of another. Beware of the law. You'll live through your persecution and emerge triumphant, maybe. She's talking about me. The living soul residing in the figurine is me, the player. Is Aspity aware that it's a game? There hasn't been a hint of that. Like, Aglaia knows. We know Aglaia is aware on at least one meta level. But Aspity seems to be aware of the second meta level, if I'm reading this right. And she is begging me to win the game, which is the first time anyone in this game has asked me to win. There's a lot of people that ask me to lose. We'll think it over. Wild conversation. Everything is going the way it should. Each event is a sign. No incident is coincidence. Every messenger is an envoy of the higher powers. The role of a judge scares me more than death itself. But if I refuse, someone else will pass judgment in my place. The consequences would be terrifying. Okay. I guess I can go back to Savarov and Katerina. Do that and end the stream there. So, the meta levels on this game. Clara appears out of nowhere. She doesn't come in through the step. She just wakes up in the shallow grave, and people acknowledge that she didn't come from anywhere. She has no parents. And that is because she is a video game character designed by the ones behind it all. That's why. That's why she doesn't have a history. That's the in-universe canon reason why. Aspity seems to be of a similar make. She exists to make the game go. Yeah, God's put me in a predicament. At least that's the suggestion from young Vlad. But that suggestion also indicates that young Vlad existed before Aspity, when everyone was created for the game. There shouldn't be a before, unless, hypothetically, the meta is young Vlad was an earlier design. If that's true, that'd be buck wild. Like a hint in the notes on how the developers actually made this thing.
Yes.
I've spoken to Grace. And so... she believes and thinks the same way as we do. That is good. You have not, I hope, confused or disappointed her. No, I've only made her true faith firmer. Reputation boost. Grace is with the humble ones now. In these days of terror, she will be protected by the power of truth, and no evil will be able to touch her. We're going to get the main quest and the side quest done before 10 o'clock in the morning. There's gotta be more that happens today.
Who can take Simon's place? The town will inevitably change.
I spoke with Aspity. I got inside her soul. I never doubted you would. What is in there? Asp, spite, and spit. That's true, Jesus. Tag yourself. I couldn't decide, but I did feel our souls had something in common. What is your verdict, then? Is she guilty? No, she isn't. Not good. Then there's been no miracle. Dare I remind you, this is not for you to judge. On the other hand, I've suspected that it would be impossible to pinpoint the culprit at once. That tips the scale a little more against your twin sister. Beware, Clara. Your reputation has taken a serious blow. The rabble does not distinguish between the two of you. Again with the internal monologuing. All the same, she's not guilty. Interesting. So that's today's quest. It ended with a reputation loss. I don't know if that counts as a failure. Like, I'm gonna have to play out the rest of the day and see if someone gets sick. And if I want to do anything about that. I assume it'd be Aspity that gets sick. But it can't be... What am I gonna hand her over to Saburov? To have her killed? That's insane. Any choice is right as long as it's willed. What she believes and what is real are not the same. Whatever horrible deed she takes responsibility for, I will not be her accuser. I'm gonna have so much to think about. Alright, that's gonna be it. We're gonna hard save here. That'll be it for the stream. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back next week for more. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye, everybody.